Morning, good afternoon, good evening. Dr. Ruth Anderson and Teri Angel here with Enlightened World Network. It's our honor to be here with you today. We bring you a guided meditation every day of the year. And on Wednesdays, Teri and I come on together and we do something we call meditation excavation. That's where we go into meditation together. We invite you to join us. We have no idea where it's going, but Spirit always has a beautiful message for us. So welcome, Teri. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Ruth. It's so good to be here with you and with everyone tuning in. Good morning.
So let's go ahead, get comfortable, go somewhere where there's no distractions. Get comfortable on your chair. We're going to close our eyes, slow down our breathing. I invite you to feel your chair under you. Feel the legs firmly on the floor, supporting your weight. And imagine roots going out from your root chakra, down your legs, down through the floor, all the way into Mother Gaia. And just send those roots down to go deep and broad. We're just going to ground ourselves a little here this morning. Now let's feel a cord going up our spine, straight backs. We're going to take a breath and send it up to our crown chakra. And just expand that area. So we're open for messages from the Creator. Teri, I can already feel and sense that beautiful divine white loving energy from the Creator this morning.
Certainly do, Ruth.
Yeah.
It's very illuminating.
It is. Very strong already.
Been hearing the message lately to look beyond the obvious. And I think when we call in that energy from Source, it just shows us everything. We don't have to guess anymore. We don't have to keep profoundly looking for something because it just appears in the light that comes in.
Archangel Raphael is asking us to send a breath to our heart space. I'm seeing the color green. So let's take a deep breath and send it to that heart space, just expanding it out in every direction. I'm certainly sensing that beautiful emerald green energy of the heart space, and that is so symbolic of Archangel Raphael. Just bask in that beautiful energy for just a moment. So we're going to be resting, meditating from our third eye space. So the third eye is behind your forehead. So let's take a breath and send it to that third eye. See yourself in the third eye. If you want to quickly clean up, sweep, redecorate, move a chair, whatever you want to do in that third eye to make it ready for you today. Let's take a moment to do that. So make yourself comfortable in your third eye, whether it's sitting on the floor, on the couch, standing, laying down, wherever you're comfortable. Teri, would you ask in the divinity, please?
Archangel Raphael has already been speaking, but we're going to invoke his energy, bringing in the element of air. So as you're getting very comfortable, focusing on the third eye area, you may feel a breeze, a freshness that comes over you, and that's Raphael. We're going to invite in Archangel Michael with the element of fire to take anything that we're going to release, any difficulty we're thinking we might have in opening to those clairs that are in the third eye, and invoking the protective energy of Michael as well. And then we call in Archangel Gabriel to give us clarity, bringing in the element of water to wash over us, cleanse us, help us to see things with a new perspective. Archangel Uriel comes forth to help us ground and balance, bringing the element of earth so we can see our roots going deep into Mama Gaia, deep into that energy that sustains us and holds us upright on her back. Below us, we call in Sandalphon with the crystalline grid of earth. And above us, we call in Metatron with the crystalline grid and all of the spiritual vortexes from the ethereal realm. I want to invite Divine Mother to wrap her arms around all of us, giving us nourishment and love and a sense of safety and security. And the Christ consciousness energy that's now floating in like a golden web of light that just streams right through our third eye and connects in with our heart. Just feel the energy of Jesus right here present among us. Any of the other angels, archangels, divine masters, thank you for being present today. We welcome you and honor you. Let's all sit with the energy that just floated in and enjoy being in that.
Teri, there's two things that are drawing my attention. One is almost like theater curtains that are in front of a big screen, and it's closed, but my eye is so drawn to these curtains. They're looking like blue and silver, almost like beaded. So I'm not sure what's going to be presenting itself behind there. And the other, I've got a couch in my third eye that I was sitting on, and behind it looks like a really large trophy case. And the figure inside it is shiny gold and looks almost like, I think, is it an Oscar? Whatever it is, it's the gold man form of one of the awards that folks get, that the actors get.
Yeah, it's an Oscar.
I guess it's an Oscar. But I know it's not an Oscar, but it's like life size. And so I'm sort of looking at that and looking at the curtains, and I'm not sure what we're going to see here today, but those two things grabbed my attention.
Symbol of high achievement. And that's what they're wanting us to feel into.
Well, that's sweet. Well, it's funny because the figure then winked. Like, yep, you got it. That's nice. Thank you. So going back to those curtains, so I'm looking at the beading on these curtains. And so it's, that's interesting. Okay. So it's like the colors of the sky, the different blues of the sky, whites and tans. And as I really look into that, then it's taking me to a scene of almost like a desert where we've got sand and the beautiful sky and seemingly not a whole lot else. So here we are out on the desert. It was an interesting way to get there.
It was interesting also that that's where my journey is taking me right now.
Okay.
Toward the desert.
So shining in the sun, Teri, truly there's not much else out here, but I'm seeing a geometric shape. So that automatically makes me think of Archangel Metatron. But it's like a white silver. There's the sparkle from the beads, the white sparkle from the beads. It's like a pyramid, but it's not huge. Not like smaller than us, but it's sparkling in the sun. So what is this pyramid shape? It's not exactly a pyramid, but it's about as close as I can come up with.
Not very big, though.
Oh.
Like I envision the pyramids in Egypt just being so huge. I've never seen them with my physical eyes. But this, what we're looking at, this structure, it's more on our level where we can just walk right up to it and know that we can be there in that energy. It's not overwhelming.
I definitely am sensing Christ, Divine Mother, Archangel Metatron. Archangel Metatron is asking us to come up so we can look like through the windows if they were windows. So Teri, as we go up and look in, then all of a sudden we're in it, looking around. Can you see that?
I do see that. I envisioned it to be kind of dark inside, but it's not. There's bright light and there's that golden stream still flowing. It's like a tapestry of gold light that just keeps flowing wherever we go. It's something that we're connected in with. It's almost like an analogy would be the umbilical cord for a baby in the womb. And it's like that cord is our lifeline. It's comforting to know that it's there.
And I know we're in it together, yet it feels like we each are in our own, even though we're there together. Does that make sense?
You have your stream also, that golden cord that's connecting to you. Feels like I'm floating, kind of like inside of the rockets that go up into space. There's no gravity, so we're unable to stand firm on the ground.
It also feels very protective, like whatever's happening on the outside, we're protected from. Sort of impervious, I guess, is that the word? Where whatever's happening on the outside has nothing to do with us.
Oh, is that an analogy? Yes, whatever's happening on the outside, it's not our story.
Right.
Our story is on the inside.
I'm hearing the words inner sanctuary. Huh. So I was thinking, wow, when I look around, I'm not really seeing anything until I started seeing something. And it's little replicas, almost, I want to say almost kind of like a chess piece or so, but it's of the different guides. It's of the different archangels, Divine Mother, Christ. So do we, I guess the question that's coming in, do we position them where we want them? Or is this just a reminder that they're here for us? I mean, that's just kind of an interesting existential question. And I'm hearing the words, they are here to serve you. It's just interesting that they're being shown almost like a chess piece.
Reminded of what was said earlier, to go beyond the obvious. The light that comes in to illuminate, it helps us to see beyond what our physical eyes might be, or in this case, what our mental eyes are seeing, to go beyond that and see the real meaning.
Yes, and as soon as you said that, Teri, they all became life-size. Perfect.
It's Like the symbols are always a representation of something bigger, something more. Even like when you speak somebody's name, that name may be very short, but it represents a whole life that's being lived. So just as each one of these pieces that were being shown were little and not lifelike, it represented something that is very lifelike. I'm seeing the one of Jesus now, just moving around the pyramid. And I see him touching that stream, that golden stream that I was seeing earlier. It's like a blessing that he's giving.
I'm taking that golden stream to be connection with the creator. Teri, I don't know how you're feeling it. So to me, when Christ is touching it, it's not so much of a blessing as it is an acknowledgement of that love and oneness with that love, if you will.
For me, when he touched that golden stream of light, it just brought in more warmth.
Yeah.
And a feeling of empowerment. That we're exactly where we're supposed to be, doing what we're supposed to be doing. And we're standing in our divine authority. We're living our mission that we're here to do, to shine more light. There's a lot of messages coming through from the divinity that's here with us.
What is funny to me, this is not a large structure, but while we're in it, there are so many archangels in here. I'm almost like spitting out feathers. I mean, it's just so packed with the archangels. And I know it's just symbolic of all of the support that's there for us. If we just ask for it, if we just call on it and acknowledge them, they're right there. So strong, so powerful, so ready to serve. Sometimes all it takes is just an acknowledgement. I know when I woke up in the middle of the night and my thoughts went to one of the archangels, just please be with me. And immediately I felt that presence. Just immediately I felt it. And I think all we have to do sometimes is just be aware, just acknowledge it, just ask them in.
Many times we forget to do that, Ruth.
Yeah.
So many times we forget when we get wrapped up in chaos and turbulence. We get turned around and caught up in the spin. We forget that all we have to do is just stop, just pause for a moment, and call that which we know to be true, our divinity, our angels, our masters.
I love this symbolization, Teri, where the number of archangels is, and the strength of the archangels is so strong and huge compared to us. if we remembered that as we went through our day, there would be nothing that we couldn't do as far as our ministry, as far as our message. There's nothing we couldn't do.
Right. There are no limits. There's only the limits we place on ourselves.
So Archangel Metatron just popped at least me back out to the outside. We're now standing on the outside. Are you still inside, Teri?
Yeah, I'm just getting, it feels like an anointment of oil on my feet. It's kind of like the final send off. Like, here, let me anoint your feet so that they can still move, they can still walk forward on the journey and do those things that you're here to do. It's, there's a combination of Kuan Yin, Divine Mother, Mary Magdalene. The feminine aspect of God is very present to do this ministry. And I can smell the oils. I smell the frankincense. It's really potent right now.
That's so funny, Teri, because my brain is going, oh, wait, I want that too. And I look down and my feet are glistening. So I got it. But Archangel Metatron's walking me around to the front. It's like, oh man, I want to feel that. Okay, well, you already had it. And it's like, no. So why is he taking me around to the front?
Yeah, it's interesting that it happened that way, Ruth, because so many times we forget that we are connected, that we're just one. And when we go into comparison and competition in life, we forget that we need to celebrate every win that everyone has because we're winning also.
Right.
How connected we are, that my feet get anointed and your feet get it also.
Even if I don't feel it happening, but I can see that it did. Yeah. Interesting. So Archangel Metatron is having me wrap up this structure. It looks almost almost something on a roll, kind of like saran wrap or something would be, but of course it isn't. But so now this structure is probably about waist high, and he's having me wrap it up in this glistening, of course it's energy, but securing it. Interesting. It's like a white silvery energy that we're protecting this space. I think it's, and then I'm seeing it getting smaller, smaller, smaller and going into our heart space. So it's symbolic that we are to protect this beautiful sanctuary that we have within us, that we can look at, we can go to at any time, but it's within each one of us. Teri, where are you in your journey?
Observing now. I see where you wrapped it up. I see it in the heart. And I'm reminded of the words that I will never leave you nor forsake you. And many times we feel that distance from Spirit, from Creator, from Christ, from Divine Mother. But they didn't leave. They're right there in our heart. And we're the ones that get caught up in the distractions. So it's just a matter of returning to the heart. Ram Dass says we are all just walking each other home, and home is right there in that heart center.
What's that phrase? Home is where the heart is. And I know that that means so many other things, but in this case, that home, that sacred sanctuary in our heart, that's beautiful.
What a beautiful journey today.
That is beautiful. Wow. Thank you to Christ and the Creator and Archangel Raphael and Archangel Metatron and Divine Mother and Kuan Yin. Wow. That was a star-studded meditation there.
Sure was. And know, any of you who are listening, that stream, that golden stream of energy is always there. Always. It never goes away.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack in that one. If I was an artist, I would be thinking about what I want to paint. Ooh, maybe I should just try it anyway, even though I don't deem myself to be an artist.
Good.
Yeah, there are so many visuals in that. Wow, beautiful. Well, I would say that's kind of a typical meditation excavation. That's just how that works.
We're excavating in the desert today.
Absolutely. Teri, thank you so much for being here. As you are driving through the desert today and tomorrow, please keep all these thoughts in mind, the sacred sanctuary in your own heart, keeping you safe, giving you guidance.
So much. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. And we'll be seeing you again next week for another excavation.
Thank you, Teri. Love you so much. To our friends here at Enlightened World Network, thank you for being here. God bless you as you journey yourselves today. We'll see you soon.
Goodbye.